Every day begins with a quiet battle inside your mind. On one side, there is the version of you that dreams big, the one who imagines writing a book, building a business, changing your health, creating a life worth remembering. On the other side, there is the version of you that whispers, "Not today, it's too hard, let's do it tomorrow." And most of the time, that second voice wins. Hours pass, and instead of progress, you slip into the same routines you promised to escape. You scroll, you distract yourself, you chase comfort. And when the day ends, you feel that familiar disappointment. You want more, but you keep choosing less. You don't understand why you betray your own intentions, why your energy disappears the moment you try to act. You tell yourself you're lazy, but deep down, you know that's not the whole story. Something else is happening. Something stronger than willpower, something woven into the way the human mind is built. The truth is that the human brain is designed to resist change. Anything unfamiliar feels dangerous, anything uncertain feels exhausting, and anything too big feels impossible before you even start. That is why your goals, no matter how inspiring, often feel out of reach. It's not that you don't care, and it's not that you're weak. It's that your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort, from risk, from wasting energy on something that doesn't bring an immediate reward. You sit there thinking about how much work it will take, how far away success is, how long the journey will be, and in that hesitation, you lose the spark to begin. By the time you've argued with yourself, the day has already passed and nothing has changed. But laziness is not who you are. It's not an identity, it's a pattern. And patterns can be broken. Every person you admire, every story of success is built on the same foundation. Someone felt resistance, someone faced doubt, someone heard the same whisper of "do it tomorrow," but they learned to push through anyway. They didn't wake up with superhuman energy, they didn't magically erase fear or procrastination, they simply learned how to start. That is the great secret no one tells you. It's not the massive leap that transforms your life, it's the tiny steps repeated until they become a new pattern. Think about how often you've been stuck, not because you couldn't do something, but because you imagined too much at once. You picture saving thousands of dollars, but feel crushed by the idea of giving up every small comfort. You picture running every morning, but the thought of never missing a day makes you quit before you put on your shoes. You picture writing hundreds of pages, but feel exhausted before the first sentence is written. You lose not because the dream is impossible, but because the dream feels too big in one piece. And so you shrink away, calling yourself lazy, when really you just need to break the dream down. The smallest action can rewrite the story of your day. One sentence on a page, one push-up on the floor, $1 saved in a jar. These things look trivial, almost laughable, but they carry power far beyond their size. Why? Because action creates momentum. A single step proves to your brain that the mountain can be climbed. A single step interrupts the loop of hesitation. A single step is the crack in the wall where light gets in. Once you take that step, the next feels easier, and then the next, until the impossible becomes simply a series of small movements forward. Imagine someone who wants to play guitar. They don't learn overnight. They don't master an entire song in one sitting. They start with one chord, awkward and slow, their fingers clumsy on the strings. Day by day, that chord becomes smoother. Add another, and soon music begins to appear where before there was only noise. It works the same way with every dream. Success is not lightning striking the sky, it is drops of water carving a canyon. Quiet persistence transforming what once looked unchangeable. And here's something most people forget. Willpower is not enough. Willpower is like a battery. It runs out, and once it's empty, you stop. Relying on willpower is why you succeed for 2 days and then give up on the third. What you need instead are routines, simple structures that make action automatic. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't argue with yourself every morning. You don't need motivation. You just do it. Not because you love it, but because it has become a habit. That's the secret of the people who seem unstoppable. They build habits that carry them forward when motivation disappears. If you want to exercise, don't tell yourself you'll run a marathon tomorrow. Lay out your shoes the night before. If you want to read, place a book on your pillow so you see it before sleep. If you want to write, open a blank document and leave it ready for the morning. These small adjustments remove friction. They make the first step easy, and when the first step is easy, the rest will follow. And when even that feels hard, there is a trick so powerful it can break the heaviest resistance. The 2-minute rule. Tell yourself you will only do the task for 2 minutes. Read 1 page, write 1 sentence, clean 1 corner. 2 minutes is not threatening, it's not overwhelming, and it's enough to get you started. And once you start, the weight lifts. 2 minutes turns into 10, 10 turns into an hour, and before you realize it, you have done more than you thought possible. It is like pushing a heavy ball. The first push takes effort, but once it's rolling, momentum carries it forward. Progress, not perfection, is what changes lives. Every fire begins as a spark. Every book begins as a word. Every strong body begins with a single movement. The people you admire struggled too. They faced the same doubt, the same fatigue, the same fear. The only difference is they kept going. They chose not to believe the voice that said not today. They chose to give themselves permission to try even if they failed, even if it wasn't perfect. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Each stumble is proof you are moving, proof you are learning, proof you are alive and not stuck in the loop of hesitation. The mind will always look for comfort. It will always tell you to delay. But comfort never built greatness. Discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. Every time you feel resistance, you are standing on the edge of growth. If you lean into it instead of away, you discover strength you didn't know you had. Ask yourself this: do you want another year to pass where nothing changes? Do you want to look back and see the same patterns, the same excuses, the same missed chances? Or do you want to finally begin, even if it's messy, even if it's small? Because here's the truth: your dreams don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to show up. Life rewards consistency more than intensity. Anyone can work hard for a day. Few can keep moving day after day without drama. But the ones who do, the ones who stack tiny efforts again and again, they are the ones who create massive change. One brick laid each day builds a wall. One drop of water each day fills the glass. One action each day creates a life transformed. So when you feel that voice whispering, "Not today," don't fight it with anger. Don't call yourself weak. Just smile and take one small step. Write the word, walk the minute, drink the water, light the spark. Because sparks, repeated again and again, grow into flames, and flames fed with persistence become a fire no obstacle can extinguish. And here is something most people forget. Maybe right now, you don't believe in yourself. That's okay. You don't need belief to begin. You only need action. Action creates evidence, and evidence builds belief. Each small win proves to your brain that you are capable, that change is possible, that progress is real. Soon, belief will follow the action and confidence will grow where doubt once lived. The battle inside your mind will never fully disappear. The lazy voice will always be there, whispering for comfort, but so will the voice of your dreams. The choice is not whether the voices exist, but which one you feed. Feed doubt, and you remain stuck. Feed action, and you create a life worth living. So start small. Build routines. Use the 2-minute rule. Reward yourself for trying. Be patient with failure. Be relentless with effort. And most of all, remember this: greatness is not about sudden transformation. It is about the quiet, steady, ordinary steps that, when repeated, become extraordinary. What you do today matters. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. Pick one thing and begin. Add a spark to the fire. Light your path forward. Your dreams are waiting for you,
And they are not asking for perfection. They are only asking for action. And here is something you must understand deeply. Your future self is being built right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions are perfect. Every choice you make is a vote for the kind of person you will become. When you choose to delay, you cast a vote for staying the same. When you choose a small action, no matter how small, you cast a vote for growth. Your life is not changed in one dramatic moment, but through thousands of tiny votes accumulated over time. The person you admire in others is not the result of one victory, but of many repeated, invisible acts that no one applauded at the time. Think of the athlete who trains in silence when no crowd is watching. Think of the writer scribbling page after page in the quiet hours of the night. Think of the student who studies alone while others are distracted.